Red Sonja 2025 sets out to revive one of fantasy cinema's most iconic warrior figures, adapting the classic comic book legend of the she-devil with a sword. The film follows Sonja's familiar arc of vengeance, forged through loss and driven by rage, as she carves a path through warlords, corrupt rulers, and ancient evils. From a narrative standpoint, the storyline is serviceable but deeply traditional. Anyone familiar with sword and sorcery films will quickly recognize the beats. Betrayal, training, revenge, and confrontation unfold in a largely predictable fashion, though the filmmakers do manage to insert a modest twist near the ending that slightly elevates the experience without breaking genre expectations. The lead actress deserves genuine credit for her performance. She approaches the role with seriousness, emotional weight, and commitment, successfully portraying Sonja's pain, resolve, and inner conflict. As an actor, she earns her place in the film and handles the dramatic material well. However, the most glaring issue lies not in her acting ability, but in her physical suitability for the role. Red Sonja is traditionally depicted as a powerful, intimidating warrior whose appearance causes enemies to underestimate her strength, only to be brutally proven wrong. In this version, the actress appears more slim and petite than Barbarian, lacking the muscular build, raw power, and stamina one would expect from a lifelong battlefield survivor. This physical mismatch becomes especially apparent during action sequences. Combat choreography is unfortunately weak, and the actress's limited physical presence amplifies the problem. Fight scenes feel restrained and underpowered, with punches clearly pulled and sword strikes lacking impact. The repeated visual of Sonja effortlessly stabbing through heavy plate armor further undermines realism, creating an almost comical, plastic armor effect reminiscent of disposable stormtrooper gear. Instead of gritty, bone-crunching combat, the action often feels staged and weightless, constantly reminding the audience that they are watching choreography rather than warfare. This significantly diminishes immersion in what should be a brutal, visceral fantasy world. Visually and thematically, the film makes a few commendable choices. Notably, the costume and armor design improves as the film progresses. Moving away from the impractical, fan-service chainmail bikini, the designers eventually place Sonja in armor that actually protects her vital areas. This decision adds a layer of realism and respect to the character, making her feel more like a true warrior than a comic book caricature. While some fans may miss the exaggerated aesthetic of earlier versions, the more grounded armor ultimately serves the story better. In the end, Red Sonja 2025, as a watchable but flawed sword adventure film, redeemed somewhat by its lead actress's effort and a sensible approach to costume design, yet held back by miscasting in terms of physicality, weak combat execution, and a largely predictable narrative. Kudos to the actress for her performance, but a character like Red Sonja needed more physical presence, more strength, more mass, and yes, more body, to truly bring the legendary warrior to life.